The Cardinals, our last team
Can we just
here.
do the 10, the list instead of this?
Yeah. No. We got to give them
No, the
their due
Cardinals are
diligence.
interesting enough because they're so bad.
Oh, no.
They add some interest because you don't know. Maybe they get a good draft pick next year.
There's a lot of ways this Cardinal season can go. And it's crazy. They're the one team we always talk about just how much the NFL can change within a season or 2 seasons. 2 years ago, this team was 10-2. And on their way to the 1 seed, the year the Rams won the Super Bowl, the Cardinals were 7-0 that year. And everyone thought that they were the favorite to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC or one of. And then it just kind of curtails from there after Kyler got a little banged up. He gets the big contract. Last year, they're 4-13. He tears his ACL in week 14. And now Cliff Kingsbury's fired. Steve Keim steps down because of health reasons, sort of a mutual parting. And you have Jonathan Gannon, who everyone was making fun of him when he first joined on, when they brought him in, because there was the video of him talking to Kyler and Buda Baker and looking real goofy. Apparently, in Arizona, they've said big culture shock there. Zaven Collins said, you can't be 30 seconds late to a meeting right now with this guy. DJ Humphries said, complete change, not a gradual transition, a different focus for this team. I like everything you're hearing out of Arizona is good right now. What I do want to ask you guys is that obviously we know this team is one that lacks talent a lot in the NFL at the moment. But when you look about what Cardinals fans could be excited for, again, we don't want to just sit here and rip them apart. I mean, we sort of did with the Rams last segment as we moved on, but
not me.
Yeah, not you, and you're right. Instead of ripping Arizona apart here, for Cardinals fans, what exactly do you want them to root for next season? Because Kyler, I think you want Kyler to come back. And now here's where you can get really interesting into the hypotheticals. But when Kyler comes back, assuming he does, do you want him to light it up and look really good? Do you want the team to suck and hope that Caleb Williams or Drake Maye falls into your lap? Because if there's 1 year to completely suck, this would be the year. What's your rooting interest as a Cardinal fan?
You're not going to bank on a crappy Pac-12 quarterback to be the number 1 overall pick. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
We're not doing this again. We're not doing this
That's ridiculous.
again.
I'm not doing it right now, but that's just ridiculous. The lone hope in the Arizona Cardinals is the fact that the worst coach in the NFL is gone. I mean, he was horrible. This guy was 6-9 with Patrick Mahomes. 5-10 with Patrick Mahomes. Whatever you play college, 12. He was 4-8 with Patrick Mahomes. So
gradually got worse.
Yeah, it's 4-8, I think.
Well, I know you didn't like Kingsbury, and obviously Kingsbury and Kyler had their differences throughout the whole time together.
This team, the talent is really not there. But I'm curious to see if they can be somewhat okay without Cliff Kingsbury as their head coach. Because I think he was really bad.
Ziggy, how about you?
The thing I think about this team, honestly, what they should be most excited about is they've got 2 swings to the number 1 overall pick next year.
Yeah.
Because you look at the teams that have the lowest projected NFL win totals, it's the Cardinals, the Buccaneers, and the Texans. They've got 2 of those 3 first-round picks. Now, it still only gives them like a 20-25% chance, even looking at it optimistically, but there's a lot for them to play for or not play for. It's like, look, Kyler Murray has certainly undergone a huge reputation shift over the last couple of years, but the fact is he's not a bad quarterback. Right. There are a lot of things he does well. I mean, it seems, nobody really knows, but it doesn't seem like he's a great leader. But it's not like Cliff Kingsbury was stepping in and helping. Right. And especially once like Larry Fitzgerald and AJ Green were gone, that wasn't getting better either. Mm-hmm. Kyler's going to be hopefully healthy at some point next year. I mean, he could start the season, but hopefully he'll be healthy at least halfway through. He'll get a chance to step in. They've got, it's not the best weapons in the NFC, but it's not terrible.
No, I think Rondale
like Marquise Brown, Rondale
Brown.
Moore, Greg Dortch. Like they've got players, Zach Ertz, Trey McBride.
James Conner still solid at running. Like there are guys there. I mean, it's not like this team just completely sucks offensively.
I mean, you guys named like 2 good players.
Yeah, but there's reasons to be excited for Brown and Rondale Moore. And then I think you're right about Kyler. A lot of people have talked about his poor attitude or not studying for game. Not studying was a big thing when it was in the contract before they took it out. But there are a lot of NFL teams that would want Kyler Murray. There are a lot of fan bases where if you said, "Hey, you can swap your quarterback for a healthy Kyler Murray, will you take it?" And they'll say yes.
Well, yeah, it's obviously not the reason that they're being looked so shallow is not Kyler Murray's talent. It's the fact he's hurt for 9 weeks.
Yeah, no, that's the main reason.
They're going to be 0-9.
I mean, the defense is also really bad. But I look at them right now, and I'm thinking, okay, going into next year, we have 2 first-round picks. I think the trade worked really well that they did with the Texans. So in hindsight, the Texans could regret that depending on the way they finish this year. I don't, top 5 pick next year will be very valuable. So you got 2 first-round picks. You have a second-round pick, 2/3, fine for the draft. And then if Kyler comes back, I think you're just hoping that he balls out. You paid the guy $230.5 million. Sure. And look, if the Texans pick turns into a 1 or 2, you can go and either get the rookie and trade Kyler away, or you trade that pick for a boatload and continue to build around Kyler, who's only 26 years old.
You're hoping Kyler balls out for sure.
So there's reason to be excited still as a Cardinal fan. And Ziggy, you brought up a good point. Whether they are really, really bad all year, or Kyler comes back and you start to see a little bit of the old Kyler, the guy who got that $230 million extension, that's where you can find the different rooting interests as you go forward as a Cardinal fan.
But it's tough to see a bad outcome, like if you're a Cardinals fan, for the season to be a waste, right? Because it seems highly likely you've either got a high pick or Kyler Murray lights it up and carries this team to some wins.
Yeah, because you can't imagine that they'll be that good without, like, unless I mean, the worst case scenario is it's Colt McCoy's there right now, right?
Yeah, I think it's Colt McCoy, yeah.
If Colt McCoy balls out, they're in trouble, but Colt McCoy's not balling out.
If
Colt McCoy does ball out, then you just get the Texans first round pick.
Well, and then you have Kyler coming in. Then you have Kyler coming into a team that maybe has a chance. Like,
you want Kyler Murray to come back and light the league up. And
you always want your player to play well.
Yeah,
because
especially your $230 million quarterback.
You don't want to have to rely on taking a kid from college and having him be a bust.
Yeah, but people would want.
Kyler Murray was fantastic at Oklahoma.
If they have the first pick, even if Kyler plays very well, I think they'll take Caleb Williams.
That'd be stupid if they did. Really stupid.
Ziggy, what do you think? If they have the first pick and Kyler balls out when he comes back?
Kyler.
If you can get a decent return for Kyler Murray. Yeah, if you can get a decent return for
Which one? Who decent return for
I don't know why I'm getting confused between Caleb Williams and Kyler Murray here. If you can get a decent return for Kyler Murray, yeah, I'd probably move on, try and reset your quarterback window. This team's not going to be very good and his cap hits keep going up. Mm-hmm. But look, if he plays well, like really well, it's the best situation for Caleb Williams. Like there's no such thing as a can't miss prospect. Give him a 60% chance, 70% chance of becoming an all-pro quarterback.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's
Kyler Murray has shown he can be that. So I don't know. I don't think it's so clear cut. But again, if you're a Cardinals fan, it's insane to root for your star quarterback to not be excellent.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine there are very many that are.
If he comes back and he's fantastic, that's now the second time that we've seen Kyler Murray have a stretch where he's looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Why go and draft a quarterback number one?
You want Caleb Williams because he'll be a fantastic quarterback.
When you talk about teams in the NFL,
we don't know that.
No, what I mean is that's why you want him. If you see Kyler Murray being a fantastic quarterback, you've got it already.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
It's fun to think about with the Cardinals. You talk about teams who you don't want to be a fan for right now, and I don't think the Cardinals are as low as you might expect the general public to say. Like there are definitely reasons to be excited moving forward as a Cardinal fan. This season will suck. You're probably gonna be really bad, but they have the pieces in place. I think that they're moving in the right direction as far as the rebuild goes. Because I mean, it was a quick hitting rebuild.
Do you count this as a rebuild? I feel like they should just blow everything up again.
No. I think they're blowing it up. I think it's blown up.
No, you got to get rid of Kyler to blow everything.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well wait and see if he can play better, add some more value.
But look,
what you should want if to be a fan of a team, the best thing you can have is a good front office. That's more important than any player except Patrick Mahomes. The worst thing you can have is a bad front office. And the Cardinals front office they took a sober look at the team. They said, all right, we want Paris Johnson Jr. Well, let's get him while adding the Texans' first-round pick, the first-round pick of one of the worst teams in the league. Just because
great trade for them.
It was a great move,
mm-hmm.
and they still got their guy. So, yeah, I have no I think that for the first time in a while, you might see some competent front office management that's not just going to keep bringing in washed up stars, right? That's been the Cardinals' MO for years. Why not give them a chance?
Yeah. And I'll do this in a minute real quick just to go through their defense because we've done that for all the other teams. On the D-line, the Cardinals lost J.J. Watt, Zach Allen, and Marcus Golden. All of them gone for various reasons. There's only one defensive lineman right now on that roster who played over 350 snaps last year, and he graded 125th out of 127 players at his position. So, yeah, that's
what's his name?
It's Lecky Fotu. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do my look. We do our research, but there's only so much time we have. Like, if I pronounce his name wrong, I apologize.
We know most things, but not all things.
At linebacker right now, you have Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons at this point, I don't even know if you could consider him a linebacker, but those guys had first round superstar potential on them. Haven't lived up to it. We'll see whether or not they can continue to potentially break out this year. Kaiser White comes over from the Eagles, at least to provide a little veteran leadership to that unit.
We'll see how the Zaven Collins edge rusher experiment works.
Could be good. Could be a bright spot.
Look, it can't be all that much worse than him at Mike.
And then in the secondary, obviously, Budda Baker was the big question mark. He is coming back. Outside of him, though, this team had the highest success rate against them in 2022. Not really many ways that they improved. So, like we said, the Cardinals offense, there's some fun things to watch for this year. Defensively, it's pretty bleak. That's one of the big reasons that they're projected to lose so many games.
There'll be the Cardinals games every Sunday will be that 4:25 Sunday ticket slot. The game that's never shown.
When San Francisco's just murdering them.
Because it'll be 38-0 in the third quarter. It's just, you don't see it. Then it comes back. It's like, oh, I forgot about this game. And it's 45.
Well, that'll be the fantasy game. That'll be the game when you need Brandon Ayuk to score 11 points.
37 points. And he has
Ayuk. Well, yeah. I mean, if he's playing me.
I got a question. When would you shut down Kyler? So let's say, obviously, he's playing great, right? But we'll say 0-7.
He comes back.
He comes back. He plays great, right?
Okay.
Let's say you're 0-7 at the time.
Wait.
Well,
when are you saying, like,
when do we think
reasonable time to come back?
Yeah, let's give him a reasonable time.
Week 9.
Like maybe he comes back week 9 or 10.
Week 9, week 10.
So saying they're 0-8 by week 9.
So 0-8 by week 9, right?
I mean, that's.
And then Kyler goes and plays well, but they're still, let's say they win 3 games. Do you shut him down before the season ends and just try and trade him?
If he's playing well, you don't shut him down.
Yeah, I think I keep playing him.
You keep playing him?
Let him play.
Even though if you're 3 and you're not going to blow up the league.
If he has an injury and it's week 15, if he's injured week 14 or something like that, maybe you shut him down. But if he's healthy, I think you roll him out there and play.
If he's healthy, feeling good, I'd let him play.
You let him play, even with the risk of him getting hurt and maybe wanting to trade him.
No, he's the quarterback. I let him play.
I think I guess if you're trying to tank for that number 1 pick, then maybe I'd say you probably keep letting him play. Maybe shut him down last week.
I think it's honestly, I think if let's say the Cardinals are 0-8, right? I think it's a really promising thing for Cardinals fans if they were to go and finish the season 7-9, and he looks amazing.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Yeah,
like I would let him just keep playing if he's feeling it, if he's healthy, and if he's looking good.
Yeah, even with Kyler, they'll probably win a couple games here and there, but still, like we said, just read that defense right there.
If he goes in and goes 7-1, I'm thrilled. So I'd let him keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfathomable almost. All
What
right,
if we went 1-7, but it was all the defense fault
with Kyler?
So 1-7.
Then you have Caleb Williams coming in next
But you
year.
have the number 1 pick. Yeah, then you have number 1 pick.
But Kyler played good. That's what I'm saying.
And you get Marvin Harrison Jr.
The Cardinals have so many hypotheticals.
Speculative.
It can get like this. I think more than any team in the league next year.
It's the most intriguing team in football.
Maybe, arguably.